Hey everybody, David Andrews here. We are on day 10 in our short series on the healthy habit of water. We've covered all sorts of great ideas for how to raise your energy level using water. We talked about drinking water and how you need to have healthy, clean water and all the different ways you can get that water. We've talked about positive ions. We've talked about just lots of super cool ideas that hopefully you found one or two useful ideas that you are now practicing as we wrap up here this 10-day series on the benefits of leveraging water to raise your vibration, raise your frequency, and generally be healthier and happier and have more energy. And just to share with you on this last day of the series, I have one more idea, and this one goes a little bit further out there in the spectrum of mainstream ideas, because we want to find the best possible information to help us stay in the highest state of vibration possible, the highest state of energy. In high energy, just to clarify, in case anyone might be wondering what I mean by that, it's all states of energy where you are in a high vibrational state. That means a high state of consciousness, a high state of awareness. And you could be extremely calm, you could be extremely peaceful and still be in a high energy state. So it doesn't mean racing hard, it doesn't mean going fast, it doesn't mean things like I'm always hyper. That's not high energy. High energy means your energy is a state. It is a state of mind, it is an emotional state, it's a spiritual state of high vibration. So today, what I want to share with you is a story that Jesus told in the Bible, or at least the character, attributed to the name Jesus, recorded in the Gospel of Luke. It's also in some of the other Gospels, but the one I'm referring to is in Luke chapter 10. Now, Jesus was very aware and conscious of something called astrology. Now, I know many people really don't necessarily know a lot about astrology because it has been suppressed and hidden for the last couple thousand years, if you will. But when you go back in ancient history and you research all the different people groups around the world, they all have an origin that traces back to astrology. And so one of the theories and ideas around astrology is when you look into the stars, you have the fixed stars that they then put into constellations and made up constellation animals or names or pictures. And then those became 12 zodiac signs, each taking 30 degrees in the elliptic, the circle. If you take the celestial equator, which is just the same as the equator, but you throw it way up there in the sky and you draw a big circle, you're gonna find the stars stay fixed and we go zinging around the sun and then we're rotating and so on. So as we on Earth are witnessing those stars, we have a beautiful table of time, of season, and the planetary influence. So the planetary beings that influence Earth with their various, rays, if you will, and energies are all foretold in the Bible. So if you go back and you look, there's lots of places where it mentions the zodiac, it mentions Orion, it mentions Pleiades, the Mazaruth, which is the zodiac, 12 signs. There were 12 tribes of Judah. There were, Joseph had the 12 sons. We have the 12 disciples. We have 12 months. We have 12 hours in a day and 12 hours in a night. So the number 12 exists for a reason because of the fact that it goes back to this tracking of astrology. Now, what does this have to do with water? And you can see here, look at this. Oh, we got a beautiful lake view, city in the background. The lake's a little windy today, a little on the choppy side, but still a very, 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 very beautiful day. And so what I'm sharing with you, because the water is just right here, I'm just feeling the energy from the water today. It's moving, we got the little breeze coming across. What does this have to do with water? What does astrology have to do with water? Well, Jesus foretold of a coming age. He says the disciples wanted to know, when is the end of the age? And he says, well, where should we prepare the Passover? Where should we do this? And so in Luke chapter 10, Jesus says, go into the city. Now, if you take this all literally, you get all wrapped up in, they're actually going into the city and looking for a house, and they're going to go up into upper room and they're going to eat a dinner and da 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 da. But if you take it more from a metaphorical, allegorical perspective, which is what the Bible mostly is written about, is allegory for us to learn lessons. We apply those lessons to our individual lives. Now we have more energy. We have more positivity in our life. So Jesus says, go into the city, and when you find the man, a man there and will meet you. The man carrying a pitcher of water. That's why we're talking about it today, because this is water. We're right here by the lake. So he says, go find the man with a pitcher of water. Well, that is referring to the age of Aquarius, right? Aquarius is the water bearer. The water bearer is Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. Now, an age lasts for approximately 2,150 or 60 years. Now, there's a little debate on the exact timing, but it's roughly 21 to 2,150 years. So when Jesus was speaking, he was at the very beginning of the Piscean age, Pisces. That's why Christians use the symbol of a fish, because Pisces is a fish. So we have the fish symbol for Pisces, and we have the water bearer, which is the Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. So now you think about this. Jesus is foretelling the end of the age. Now, people take the prophecies or the ideas written up in the Bible as too literal. They're out there looking for doom and gloom and pestilence and disease and end of the actual physical world, like everyone's gonna die. But that's not really what he's talking about. He's talking about ages and eons, time periods. So the next major shift of time period is to go from the Piscean age to the age of Aquarius. Now we're getting somewhere, because we are at that time right now. That's why this is such an amazing time to be alive. We are literally shifting from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius, and this only happens every 2,000 years. Check this out. People are out in their canoes, having a great time on the lake today. It's so fantastic. So really, if you think about living in a time at the transition of two ages, so the end of the age, it's happening right now. Some people call it the apocalypse, but if you look at the origin of the word apocalypse, it's from the apocalypsis in the Greek, which just simply means the lifting of the veil, right? So the lifting of the veil, the clouds are coming away, the sun is shining through, truth is being revealed. That's what's so exciting about this time. Truth is being revealed to everyone, right? Not through a religious order, not through a cult or a small group of people, sect. It's going to be made available universally, where everyone has a chance to really understand the beauty of the teachings of Jesus when he said, the kingdom of God is within you. So, wow, the kingdom of God, that means the power. We've been studying light and water in these last 20 days. This is day 20 of our series. We're on habit number 2. So if you think about light and water within us, the power of source, the power of the ultimate creator is within each and every person. So we have way more power than we thought. We don't have to die and go to heaven. Heaven is right here, right now, inside of us. Because heaven is really talking about the higher consciousness, the mind, the highest consciousness we can achieve by elevating our mental thought waves. So the message that Jesus is telling his disciples is, where are we going to eat the Passover? We're going to go find this water bearer. This new age is coming to the earth. And during this time frame, things are going to improve. We're going to have more community, more innovation. It is an age where technology also is expanding, and it's not bad as long as we use it with love and care and kindness and appreciation. So a lot of the evil that has been dominating the world is going to be shaken because the ruler of the age of Aquarius, from a planetary standpoint, is Uranus, or some people like to say Uranus. So Uranus is the planet that's ruling Aquarius. And man, Uranus will shake things up. And if you're watching this video and it's 2020, we all know that things are getting shaken. So all this is coming together. It's really, really beautiful. It's really, really positive. And so as you think about the water, the healthy habit of water, part of it is mindset, right? Can you have the mindset of realizing we are way, way bigger than what's going on here on Earth. The planetary influences, the cosmos, right? This entire elliptic that's out there in the great year. So the great year literally lasts for 25,000 years because there's 12 ages that are 2,100 and some years long. So we've already lived through multiple ages in this long story of human existence, much, much longer than our sort of, recorded history that we sort of mainstream understand. Because if you delve into ancient history and ancient ruins and ancient sites around the world, we're finding now, and people are discovering, that there's been humans on this earth much, much longer than originally thought. And so we have an opportunity now to embrace the Age of Aquarius, to embrace love, peace, joy, harmony, all of the things that will bring about a more peaceful existence. In other words, heaven on earth, creating heaven on earth versus having to die to go to heaven. We bring the heaven to earth because it's really in our consciousness. It's in the way that we perceive everything around us and each other. And it's a way that we can truly begin to live more in harmony with nature, number one. Number two, more in harmony with each other. And if we really, really embrace the habits in this series on water, it raises our vibration, it raises our frequency. We have more joy, more peace, more love to share, to give, to bless the world. And then we can truly make the Age of Aquarius real, even though the planets aren't going to wait for us. See, that's the thing, is planetary movement, right? The Earth and the Sun move. The movement in the not the Sun, but us moving around the Sun in the ecliptic, and the little slight wobble that the Earth has changes this various constellations that are in line with the Sun on the spring equinox. So it all comes back to measuring, and it's a little hard to tell exactly when that is. So that's where some people think the Age of Aquarius started in 1957. Some people say it started in 2012. Some people say it's going to start some point in the future, but there's no real strong consensus. But with everything happening this year, in the last several years, it appears that we are definitely in the Age of Aquarius, the very beginning. So this transitional period is super, super exciting as far as the time to be alive. So hopefully you'll dig into some of the other exciting things hidden in the Bible with regard to astrology and the lessons for us if we take those stories more from a allegorical perspective, more from a symbolic perspective. What are the lessons that we can bring into our daily life, and what can we embrace that truly allows us to live with more peace, more joy, more abundance, more energy, high state of consciousness, high state of energy. So anyway, I hope something here sparked your curiosity or gave you a little hope for a brighter and a better future that is surely on the way. Enjoy the water, and tomorrow we start a brand new habit. Cheers.